Okay.
However long you talk.
Yeah.
And how I get back to
I
the
can-
camera.
We have another, right? You have another man you guys will be ready for. I think he's not coming till,
Oh, you have another person?
Harry Marion is coming.
Harry Marion.
But not until 2, so we're good. All right, so.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll ask the first question.
Oh, I'm sorry, did you guys introduce
Yes.
yourselves?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
good.
Yes,
yeah,
somebody
okay.
did.
Who were your friends as a child?
What do you mean, who is my friend?
Like, when you were a child, like,
Who is my friend?
like your friends, like how did you meet them and like what did you guys do together?
I meet them in school. What we did together, we play, you know. We didn't have so many activities back in Russia, you know, for little children. And everybody live in a very, I'm from big city, from St. Petersburg. It's not like a little place, you know. So everybody live in a big building, so not so many kids can be in a place where you live, you know. So we do have some friends of the friend's family, and so we met them. Few little girls, few little boys, like always.
What were your neighbors like?
Mostly Russian people, because we live in a place with no Jewish people. So St. Petersburg is a big place, it's a big huge city. And we have very good relationship with our neighbors. We never have any problems. I'm not gonna lie, tell what I can have a problem with my neighbors, so everything was okay.
Okay. Did you have any like pets?
We have a cat who lives, you know, with everybody. She was working in every room in the house, you know. First of all, we live in a flat with 5 different families live. We use one bathroom, we use one kitchen, we didn't have a laundry. It was a flat. You didn't know about that? No? Okay. So everybody live in separate rooms and one long hallway, and when you need to go to the restroom, you need to go to the kitchen, everybody walk, you know, go and use one place. So this is community, it's life like in community. But we didn't have any problem, we used to. We just can compare, you know, we don't know better.
What kind of food did you eat normally and like on special occasions?
Regular Russian food.
Like,
You know, so potato, cabbage, carrots, vegetables, chicken, meat.
did you grow some of your own food?
No, not in a big city.
What kind of toys did you play with?
Toys. I have a doll. It was a plastic doll, and her name was, I don't remember, Mila or whatever, you know, I remember like she was just little plastic doll. It really screwed my life.
Do you
When I was-
remember who gave it to you?
I think my dad.
Were you connected to it in any way?
Oh, yes. A great connection with with my parents.
What kind of things did you do with your parents?
We did a lot. We was going to the zoo, to the symphony, to the theater, to the child performances, because in Russia it's a big city. They do have so many activities, especially before New Year. So it was a, I don't know how to explain. Before New Year, on December 31st, or December 25th, it started. A lot of child performances for children, for little children. You know, so many kids get together from schools. My school right across the street was from my house, so I can walk. But I was two Jewish people in the school. But I was there.
Did you were you in any of these performances?
Oh yes, I sing a lot, I dance.
Like what school did you go to?
What school?
Yeah, like do you remember the name of it?
It's number 183, it's a school. You know, I remember the name of the school.
So okay.
What was it like growing up Jewish, being one of the only few Jewish people?
You know, say anything, you Jewish or you're not Jewish. That time, it's been, you know, how many years? We've been in this country almost 37 years. And I came when I was 32. But you know, I didn't have any problem with anybody.
So there wasn't really prejudice
No,
or, okay.
no, not against me, not against my family. My father was in the army and we didn't have any problems, so I told Lenny, I'm not gonna lie and try to say what something bad was happened to me. No, it's not.
But you didn't feel like pressure to not practice your religion under communism?
But we didn't know about religions at the time, because the religion did not exist in Russia. No Christian, no Jewish.
So it just felt like something that was more a part of you that you were born with, but
Yes,
it wasn't.
government was our religion. You knew, I'm not gonna.
Right.
lie, you know.
So under communism,
Yes.
it really just felt like something, a way you were
Yes,
born, but it didn't
yes.
affect your daily life,
It
maybe?
didn't affect my daily life, no. But when I got married and I have Lenny's father, he was 7, 8 years old, and we decided to leave country because we wanted more opportunity for our son. We want more freedom. Because that time we start to feel different about how people start treating even my son. Because time changing.
So when you moved to America, then did you start celebrating Jewish
Oh
holidays?
yes, definitely. We arrived to this country September 21st. I'm never gonna forget. It was this day right before Jewish holidays. And we never knew how much people celebrate in a Jewish community. They start taking us from one house to another, and we've been looking for all these different things what is done, you know. So it became very, very interesting for us.
So is that how you learned from other people in the Jewish
Sure,
community then,
sure.
how maybe American Jewish people
Yes,
celebrated holidays?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. What are your memories of holidays at your home? Like, even though you didn't celebrate them, like, did you know that there was a holiday? Or
I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't. We knew about holidays only Rosh Hashanah. Or Simchat Torah, it's big holidays that Jewish people celebrate everywhere. But we never did. We was going to synagogue, towards synagogue, and we saw people who tried to get to synagogue, but we saw so many different people standing and watching them. Who gonna get to this place? So we never was going inside. It was afraid. It's not for our life. We're just afraid what is gonna be problem with our family.
so there were synagogues, like, in
Oh
your-
yes, in St. Petersburg it was beautiful, beautiful synagogue, but it was not functioning. It was closed. Right now, they open the door. I have on internet, I see so many different things right now, how religion was open for so many people. You wanna pray, you wanna go to synagogue, you wanna go to church, you do, because more freedom right now. So 30 years ago, it was not. Time's changing.
So what's your favorite holiday to celebrate with your family today? And
Today, my favorite, Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving. It's our fall since Lenny was born. We've been celebrating for 16 years, you know. It's Ella, but Ella was, you don't remember my granddaughters from school before. So, you know, my favorite to get with family together. And Hanukkah is definitely for kids.
how do you think your past experiences with not being able to live as a Jew, how do you think they affected how you celebrate the holidays today?
You know what? You feel like you lost so much in your life because you never did this in your life before, because people grew up with religion and we never did. So for me, it's it's a challenge, a learning process every day.
So today, when you go to the synagogue, what do you think about like all the people gathering together?
It's wonderful. It's a great, wonderful feeling. I love it. I enjoy, see people around. It's wonderful.
Okay,
So, you're done?
No, okay. We have a few more questions.
Okay.
When you were a kid, what were your favorite holidays to celebrate?
Remember, she didn't celebrate holidays.
I did not celebrate.
Oh,
We
what's
celebrate.
your-
Our favorite was New Year because everybody in Russia, every kid had a green tree. It's not a Christmas tree, it's a tree which standing somewhere in a corner in a house with the lights, with the beautiful toys and a lot of present happenings on the 31st of December.
So do you continue any of those Russian traditions from your
No.
childhood?
No, no, we never did.
So it's New Year's Eve is a big holiday in Russia then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it seems kind of like, that seems like Christmas, right? So it's almost like
You
they,
know what? Nobody said what is a Christmas. It's a new year.
okay. But you had a tree and you had presents under the tree,
Oh
right, for
yes,
the new year?
yes. My
Okay.
dad lights beautiful. I love it. I love the smell. I love the snow. It was gorgeous.
Mhm.
But it was my memories.
so besides for New Year's, were there any like special occasions like in Russia, like kind of like holidays?
My birthdays was holidays. May 1st, it's a big holiday, but we didn't know better. Everybody was celebrating this holiday.
What were your favorite memories from a child?
My favorite memories. I don't know, I can't tell you even. To spend time with my family, with my mom, with my grandmother, who just passed away a long time ago. It's my memory. What's wrong with you? This is my memories.
When you were leaving the country, was it difficult to leave everything
Oh
behind?
my God. It's a different story about this. I can talk to you for so long, when I was going to airport and I saw my dad last time in my life, when I saw when he looked at me and he started crying because I never saw my dad cry when I was 32 years old. I get to the plane, I went to the plane, I flew to Italy, we flew to Austria first and to Italy. I did not remember what was happened to me for 6-7 months. My memory completely lost. It was such a shock to the person to be in this, I left everything behind. I have my son, I have my husband, but I have my family left behind. And this is just terrible feeling which I can't even explain how it felt. And I could remember, I remember his eyes only. So it was a sad memories.
Was it hard to actually get out of Russia? Like what did you have to?
For us it's not. I didn't have any problem. My husband, he was in army and military, but he didn't have any problem to leave Russia. Some people do have problem, if they did have problem. I'm gonna lie. I was prostituted about some different people just watching me. No, it's never been. I've been okay.
How long did it take for you to feel like America was your home, or do you even feel like now America is your
I
home?
still have person because I never able to go to school. I never able to learn English. I never able to write because on first day when we arrived to this country, we start working, we start building our future, and I feel half person. I still do because I lost basic. I lost everything from beginning. I started driving when I was almost 40 years old, 42. Everything is different.
So did you ever feel like you'd want to go back to
Oh,
Russia,
no.
like after
No,
communism fell?
I
or-
went back a couple times.
But to stay permanently,
Oh,
like
no.
ever?
Oh, no, this is my country.
So if you had it to do all over again, you would make the same choices?
Sure.
So even after communism fell, you didn't want to go back, or?
No.
Okay.
I visit my cousin. She lives in St. Petersburg. It's not for me.
So what do you think it is about America that's made it able for you to, even though you said you still feel like a half person, but what about America do you love and makes you feel like this is the right place for you to be, or the right place for you to raise your family?
It's right place right now for my grandchildren, because they can experience the freedom, what they like to do, what they want to do. You know, even right now, to go to colleges back in Russia, it's very difficult because they see if you're Jew or your different nationalities, it's difficult to get higher education. So for me, it's no question for my kids.
Right, that we have more
Yeah.
freedom, that
Yeah.
everybody's
Yeah.
judged on who they
Yeah.
are,
Yeah.
not where they came from or
No.
their religion or.
No.
What about you guys back here? Do you guys have any questions for Mrs. Perel?
Were you treated differently because you're a girl? Start.
You know, no, I'm not like. Even in school, when only two people, one little boy, he was Jewish and me, nobody treated me differently. Maybe that time kids, maybe it was not so much talking how it at home about, I don't know how to really explain, but I didn't feel on me. Maybe some people did in different part of Russia. Not in the big cities, maybe in the small cities it's more, I don't know. But I'm not gonna create what it's not.
As a child, did you ever wonder why you didn't have anything, why you didn't have a religion, or did you just not know that?
You know what?
religion?
When you don't know anything, you can't compare. You don't know. You don't know better. Right now it's wonderful when you get to apartment, you see full fridge with the food. You have a separate bathroom. You have everything. It's different because you can compare what you didn't know.
Was there ever a time when you wanted to, as a child, when you ever wanted to get out of Russia, or did you just not know that there was
No,
a better place?
again, I can't tell you because I don't know better. I couldn't. Because I can compare, when people maybe know, maybe, is in a different places. My phone was ringing. So I have no idea. I can tell you. Get out, not get out.
So what really made you and your husband make that decision?
Because we want freedom. My husband want to have his freedom for my son.
Was there any kind of
You
big
just
event
wanna-
that happened where you felt limited, or just a bunch of little things kind of stacking
You know
up?
what? Little steps. Just little steps came to the point. He was in a big construction company, and he was not the owner. He worked in this company, but he feels somebody just didn't let him do what he wanted to do it. And we decided, if it's time come, we need to go.
So then when you came to America, you felt like it lived up to that idea that you could really, you had the freedom to do what you wanted to do, and you felt like
Yes,
you could really live up to your potential
yes.
at that point in time?
Yes, and you know what I'm telling you, for time when we arrived to this country, it's been very, very difficult for our family. And my husband was general contractor, but he worked so hard. He worked like a labor from beginning. With education, I have bachelor degree in economics back in Russia. But in this country, how I can do economics, how I can without language, without skills, I'm afraid. I was very afraid. I show all my credentials and they offered me work in bank, but I was so afraid to do that.
So how important is it for you that Lenny today knows about Russian heritage and culture?
It's very important, and I hope you're going to learn more and more and more. Very important.
So did your decision to come to America, did it just have to do with not feeling free, or did it have to do with not feeling free about religion or about speech or?
Yes, it's exactly about everything. Yeah, I just want to feel more, more freedom for my family. I'm not talking about myself. I'm already senior.
Of thinking of future generations, you're saying that you wanted people to grow up in a country where they would be able to decide for themselves.
When you were
Oh my God, they're gonna kill me. Okay, what else?
when you were
Difficult. When I go to the store, people asking where you from. I said from Carmel, because I still have my accent. I'm never gonna lose it. It's still difficult. When I need to write something, I need to check 100 times if I do mistakes or anything, because I'm very self-conscious about a lot of, I don't want to make mistakes. You grow up, guys. You go. You take for granted so many things because you didn't know better, how life was there. But you don't need to know. It's not your business. It's not your problem. This was my problem before.
Yeah, so for the last thing, if you had something, what do you think would be the most important piece of advice to give to young Jewish people today in America?
Cherish the freedom what you have. And have your education. Education is a must. Everywhere. In Russia, United States, anywhere.
Listen to your teachers, because they know what they're talking about. Thank you so much
You're welcome.
for opening yourself up to the process.
You're welcome, grilling me.
We should get a picture of Lenny and his
Oh, well, let's get a picture of all you
Okay,
guys with
okay.
Mrs. Perel.